Hello, criminal justice enthusiasts, and welcome back to JudgeSim. So let's see what we have here as our first case of the day. Murder. Alright, he has a criminal record for domestic violence. Oh, it's the OJ case. Alright. Recently, Nicole Simpson, the ex-wife of a famous football player, OJ Simpson, and her boyfriend Ron Silverman were stabbed to death in front of their house. Despite hours having passed since the murder, neighbors saw the bloody bodies thanks to Nicole Simpson's barking dog and reported them to the police. After the investigation, a bloody glove was found at the crime scene, and the other pair of the glove was found at the near location of OJ Simpson. Following this situation, an arrest warrant was issued for O.J. Simpson, who became a suspect, but he managed to escape from police. At the end of the long chase, the police caught him in the car with a pistol and a suicide note. After a detailed examination, the blood of his ex-wife Nicole was found on O.J. Simpson's car, and the footprint from the murder scene matched. However, all this evidence was found by a single cop, Tom Hansley. It was presented as evidence that Tom Hansley has been punished for racist remarks in the past. O.J. Simpson's famous lawyer claims that a trap was set for O.J. Simpson, claiming that the evidence found at the crime scene was contaminated. During his time in custody, O.J. Simpson was observed repeatedly striking his hand on hard surfaces. I didn't kill him. There are racist people who set a trap for me. They left my DNA on false evidence and placed it at the murder scene and in my house. I love Nicole very much. I can never do that to him. To her, I think. We had a very civilized relationship and broke up in a civilized way. There were no problems between us. I'm not a jealous person. Alright, well, most of us know this case overall. The bloody glove found at the murder scene. And they aren't really going to tell me that the glove doesn't fit him, which is sort of interesting. The other pair of the gloves found in O.J. Simpson's backyard. Footprint of O.J. Simpson. Footprint at the scene. Suicide note. First of all, let everyone understand I have no connection to Nicole's murder. I loved her. I always loved her, and I always will. If we had a problem, it was because I loved her so much. O.J. Simpson. Blood found on O.J. Simpson's vehicle, identified as belonging to Nicole Simpson. Posts that were led to the punishment of a police officer who discovered the evidence. Neighborhoods with large black populations have higher than normal crime rates. The tendency to shoot at police is 5 times higher in black people than in normal people. Alright. So, let's hear what he has to say here. What is your defense, Mr. Simpson? I want to try gloves. Why do you want to do this? If the gloves don't fit, it means I'm innocent. Can I try it? Our leader, Charles Watson, was the one who told us the murders we had to commit. He was talking about starting a... Oh, this is from a different case. Yeah, this was from the Charles Manson case. Don't know why that popped up here. That sort of glitched things out, too. Alright, so we're going to have to go with the evidence that was in the case here. So, I know the O.J. Simpson case well enough. I can just go on the case somewhat, and I can also go on the fact is the glove did not fit. And the famous saying is, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. The problem with that is it was a leather glove that had been soaked in blood. There is the chance that the glove would not have fit. Don't know for sure, but with the evidence that was found, as it was stated here in the game, particularly the DNA evidence inside the vehicle, I don't think that some racist cop would have just planted evidence against O.J. Simpson. That doesn't seem that logical to me. So, I'm going to give him a jail sentence for the murder of the two of them, and I'm going to go with 40 years as the sentence. Famous athlete found guilty of murder. Yep. And I think a lot of people in the United States still believe that he did kill her. Now, as I said, I wasn't on the jury for that trial, so I can't say how I would have voted. I didn't see the entirety of the trial, but I am going off the evidence that we did have here in the game. I'm guessing they would have had it where the glove did not fit, but as I said, being leather, it very well might not have. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't have fit at a different time. but the other evidence is pretty damning against him. The footprint, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go with guilty there, and I feel pretty good about it. Sort of feel bad that the game sort of glitched out there. Not sure why that happened exactly. Hopefully it won't affect the other cases. All right. Case. Hector Shitmill, the tattooist of the famous boxer Pike Myson for Pike. Alright, so it's Mike Tyson, and I don't know who the tattooist is. Same tattoo he designed is different from the posters of the film production company called Corner Gloss. Suing Corner Gloss Company for damages on the ground that someone used it on it. Film production company Corner Gloss is about to release a new movie trailer, and their posters were hung up. Hector Shitmill, who first appeared in the posters while he was on a walk, noticed the tattoo on the side of the leading character that appeared in the poster and attracted his attention. He's noticed that the tattoo on the main character's face was identical to the tattoo designed for Mike Tyson. $2.5 million lawsuit against Corner Glass has been opened. Kerrigan Risch, an attorney for Corner Glass, is involved in this case. Sometimes I really feel like I've been made a fool of. I can't imagine how they can use the same tattoo that I designed for Mike. They really think they're the only ones who are smart? As everything has a price, so does it. This is a very important issue for me. They should be punished. Tattoo we use is entirely our design. We couldn't understand why Hector was acting so aggressively. In our opinion, Hector is after cunning, but we are not easy prey. He needs to know that. Tattoo on the famous boxer. Yep, we all know that one if you know Mike Tyson at all. Alright. Straight off the bat, I can see some definite differences here. So we have the 3 lines here at the top, plus this nice round area there at the top. On the other one, we only have 2 lines here, and we don't have the 2 round areas. We only have the 1 rounded area. On the middle part here, we have the 2 branches. No branches. On the bottom here, we have this sort of backwards G with some spikes off of it. On this one, we have the backward G, but we also have this curly Q off of it. My opinion, these are not the same tattoo. And even if they were the same tattoo, I don't believe a tattoo is a copyrighted material, so you don't get to just say that other people can't use it. For example, there's what I would call, because I'm a wrestling fan, the Goldberg tattoo, which is barbed wire that he has on his shoulder. That particular sort of tribal barbed wire is used by a ton of people. There's no lawsuit that comes out of that because of the fact that a lot of people use it. Now, Goldberg used it in logos and his branding and such, but it didn't stop other people from using the tattoo. So I'm going to listen to what they have to say, but my decision's somewhat already made up. Mr. Hector said in his testimony that the design of the tattoo was theirs. What is your opinion on this topic? The tattoo is entirely my design. You've all watched Mike's boxing matches. That tattoo is one of his most characteristic features. Do you have a clue that can definitively prove the tattoo is your design? Of course, I designed that tattoo specifically for Mike. The reason why that tattoo is characteristic is because it has sharp lines. If you pay attention to these, you can easily understand the tattoo was stolen from my design. Except for the fact that it's not got the sharp lines. It's got things like the curly Q here, which is not a sharp line. So no, I'm pretty well made up my mind. Mr. Kerrigan, may I have your thoughts on this? Of course, Your Honor. As I mentioned in my statement, the design of the tattoo is entirely our own. May be slightly similar, but that doesn't mean it's exactly the same. Completely agree with him. Alright. Yep, that was an easy case. Easy decision here. So we had OJ Simpson and Mike Tyson back to back. I mean, I would say it resembles in some ways, but it definitely does not resemble in a way that overlapped per se, and it definitely isn't worth 2.5 million. That's ridiculous. Heath Ledger? Or Jared Leto? Yeah, I think it's Jared Leto. Infringement lawsuit filed against the famous game studio Rapstar Games. Oh, so this is there's a case. I want to say the guy's out of Florida or California, but this guy that's a real whack job has tattoos and such and sued GTA over the fact that one of their characters also had tattoos. In the past months, the trailer of the long-awaited game BTA 6, made by famous game company Rapstar Games, has been released. The trailer has made a huge impact worldwide, has broken records. Bernard Holm claims that his appearance was used in this trailer without permission and without compensation. Bernard Holm demands that Rapstar Game pay him $1.35 million. Representing Rapstar Game is a famous game company lawyer, Reese Burke. You are all aware that I don't look like a normal person, right? This cannot be a simple coincidence or an ordinary mistake. They are deliberately trying to use me without paying me a single penny. The company I am talking about is a billion-dollar company. If they had come to me and offered me, I would gladly accepted it, but they chose to exploit me instead. I have already heard that they exploit their own employees by forcing them to work overtime, so it's become their company policy. Someone has to stop these people. The allegations are completely unfounded. So far, we have not used any brands or names. Instead, we have chosen to adapt them. There is absolutely no violation of law. Our 3D modeling teams may have made simple coincidence, or they may have wanted to make a subtle reference. Some game companies also make such implicit references. For example, they recently used a new Judge Simulator game changing our name. I'm wondering if they're talking about You Are the Judge. I think, though, You Are the Judge came out before JudgeSim. We didn't see anything wrong with that, and we didn't file a lawsuit. Yet. Okay, I gotta check real fast. Did Rockstar Games make a Judge Simulator game? And are they taking a pot shot at Rockstar here in their own game? Let me see here. That's just too funny. Rockstar Games Judge Simulator. No, I'm not seeing a Judge Simulator game from them. So I am wondering if they're talking about You Are the Judge. I mean, they did title this new DLC or this new update here, I Am the Law, so it sort of sounds like they might have. But anyways, I think that's sort of a funny sort of tongue-in-cheek comment there. And anyways, yeah, this guy, I mean, he does look like this to a point. But to me, as I said, the first thing I came up with was Jared Leto's Joker. So he sort of is copyright infringing on the Joker. Character appearing in BTA 6 trailer. Yeah. You're ripping off the Joker, especially with that smile. No smile here, just a fake mustache. Alright. When I look at your photo here, I see that you've changed your hair just like the character in the game. Did you do this to look more like the character? Your Honor, I don't need to look like the character in the game because it is obvious they were inspired by me while making the character there. Yeah, you changed your hair color though, that's the issue. Mr. Burke, what would you like to say? Your Honor, just as Mr. Holm had said, inspiration is not a violation of rights. No reproduction is made and no name has been given. For this reason, there is absolutely no violation of rights. Well, another easy case here. They didn't infringe on any rights. He changed his hair color to try to match the game, which I believe the guy in real life did too. If you haven't seen the videos of this guy, you really should look it up. The guy that's claiming GTA stole his look. It's sort of funny because he embarrasses himself. You could say that it's a joke, but he's really making the joke at his own expense, which is sort of sad. But alright, we're done with that case. So, 3 fairly easy cases there for the week, but they were fun ones. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and hope to see you back for the rest of JudgeSim.